3 points, she gets a kiss. With 5 points, she gets a tongue kiss. And with 10 points, she gets full-on sex. And I think that's a good plan. I just don't want to jump in the bed with Annie because that's what I do with a woman for sperm donation. I want to build our emotional connection first before getting physical. And by having this point system, that's the best way to do that. I definitely know what I'm talking about.
No, I think if you would have ever a proper relationship, that you wouldn't go on these.
You're so sexy when you just get kind of upset.
First meeting is a bit confusing. We have to cut this whole point system out.
I don't like that.
I think it's stupid. I still do have butterflies for him. But his lack of experience is so obvious.
So, new season's coming. New season of Love in Paradise. And so far, I like it. The main reason I like it is because we've got fresh cast members all across the board. No one has returned. All fresh new people, which I love to see because a lot of the time they're always giving us a couple to return, which I never like to see, to be honest with you. But nonetheless, though, let's talk about this clown, Kyle. Kyle, the sperm donor. And it's funny because after I watched the episode of Love in Paradise, I actually went and watched the video on YouTube that talks about Kyle being a sperm donor. Very, very interesting video. Very, very interesting video. Now, the things that I learned in that video, and I'm going to use some of the things that I learned in that video on how I'm actually going to judge this man moving forward throughout the season, because you see, the video that I just saw is probably more closer to the truth of his character than what we are going to be shown on this show, because, you know, it is always going to be heavily produced to a certain degree, right? Or manipulated to look in certain narratives. Now, I'm going to say this though. In terms of this episode here and what I've just shown you, the fact that he wants to introduce a point system is it has got to be one of the most disrespectful things that I have ever seen. Reasons why is because he's treating her as if she's a child. Annie is not a child. She's a grown-ass woman who's a mother. Okay? She's got a child, but she's not the child. Well, I hope that she's not the child, because sometimes some people be having kids, but they're still the child, and the child is actually a parent to them. Yeah, sadly so. But she is a mother. Okay? And you want to say to her that you have to earn 3 points to be able to kiss me. What kind of disrespect is that? 5 points to be able to kiss you with a tongue? And then all of a sudden we can just skyrocket already to 10, and then that means you get the full whammy. I'm surprised that 10 isn't freaking oral only, to be honest with you. I'm surprised 20 is not the mark to get the jiggy. Now listen, although he thinks he's being respectful by saying, hey, I want to treat you like a woman that I actually want to be with rather than treat you like a woman that I just want to sleep with. Okay, cool, yeah, we can flip it and say that maybe he's trying to be respectful, but how can you have disrespect in respect? Well, I mean, technically the word respect isn't the word disrespect on paper when you look at it, but you cannot disrespect someone while also trying to respect them. That doesn't make sense. That doesn't work. Point blank freaking period, right? Now I'm gonna tell you a little something about what I just saw on the series, on the episode that I saw of him on being a sperm donor. So, you know, it says that some of the women that he sperm donors to, he does have intercourse with them. And some of them he doesn't. Some of them he just does his thing. They go off and do whatever artificial stuff that they're going to do. All right, cool. But there had a woman come on the show with him, okay? And she said that we was talking, and he suggested that we do intercourse. Interesting. Because getting pregnant through intercourse is going to be more possibility than doing it in an artificial way, which is quite interesting. Because the doctor then says, no, that's actually not true. They're actually both as effective as each other, to be fair. But anyway, Mr. Girl, guys, hella freaking awkward. Hella awkward. But then they still get the jig on anyway. Girl gets pregnant, but then sadly ends up having a miscarriage. Now, after having a miscarriage, she makes a video and she says that Kyle doesn't seem to be who I thought he was. She says pretty much she felt misled. She felt as if like when he was able to talk to her, he knew what to say. But then when they met, he was just very awkwardly so therefore it was a bit which is something that we do see. And then of course the reason why she ended up having a miscarriage, she said, is because there was certain complications within Kyle's donation to the donor thing. And it's interesting because the doctor does say that people should not be going privately, they should not be going to random people and ask them, because those people need to have tests. If they haven't had it tested, then you don't know what your child's going to come up with, or even if your child's even going to be a thing. Now, don't get me wrong, Kyle has got a record of at least having 36 plus kids around somewhere in this state, blah, blah, blah. So of course, obviously, his sperm does work to a certain degree. But either way, though, the point being is that this girl was pretty much exposing that this man cannot necessarily be trusted by what he says, okay? Because it just felt as if he was just put in a position where he just wanted to sleep with her. Now Carl continuously still denies it. So I wouldn't be surprised though if he's on this show in some format to try and save face. If he's trying to, you know, create a new narrative where people will be like, you know what, yeah, I actually want you to help me become preggers. I wouldn't be surprised. But here's the thing though. Sorry for the little sidetrack there, but I had to give you guys the background on this man and what I've learned so far. Okay, so therefore you know how to judge him moving forward throughout the season, and so do I too. Okay, now let's just quickly summarize the video and go back to this scenario here with these two. The matter of fact is disrespectful. You cannot tell another freaking grown adult that you need to earn points just so you can kiss me, hug me, sleep with him. That is absolutely disgusting. That is the fact that Annie is even willing to still give you another chance. To be honest with you, boy, her bar must be so freaking low, because in reality, she should have just walked away and said, you know what, you enjoy your 2 weeks in Moda without me. You know what I mean? Because I'm not going to be here to tolerate somebody that's telling me that I need points just to have some fun with them. At the end of the day, if she wants to connect with you, she needs to be allowed to connect with you in however way she feels natural to connect with you. And it's funny though, because the cheek of it, right? This is the cheek of it. How does he know that Annie's even going to want to end up kissing him anyway? How does he not know that she's gonna? Do you see what I'm saying? Like the cheek of it. It's like he's confident enough that yeah, she's gonna want me, so I want to put these little obstacles in front. Are you mad? If I see a season of her chasing this man and trying to break down his freaking nonsense, I won't be happy, because this man's a freaking. Let me not say that word. Anyway, I've ranted way too much now. I believe you guys get the point. With that being said though, let me know what you thought about the first episode of the season, or at least this couple here. I'll be back obviously 2 more videos regarding the other couples as well, so stay tuned for those, because goddamn, they're interesting as hell. Oh boy, I'm excited for this season, I'm not gonna lie to you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and of course, peace.